But this ain't a Glock. What's up, Airsoft fam? DARKTREE here, back with another episode of Behind the Build. In today's episode, we have a smorgasbord of things I gotta get into. I have to head down to Home Depot to pick up a few things. They are Airsoft related, of course. I also have to do a Target run to get a few hygiene things and a few things for around the house, things like that. I am also heading down to my favorite burger spot of all time, hands down, Astro Burger in Inglewood. I think this is the place I actually went for my first burger ever in life, period. This place has been around for a very long time, and since I'm going to go into this new diet next week, I thought no way to better start my diet than to end my bad habits with dieting by going to Astro Burger and getting myself a bacon cheeseburger with the fries, with that Coke or Sprite. I think I'm gonna get a Sprite because Sprite is my favorite. But yeah, I'm planning to eat that burger. I haven't had Astro Burger in years, and I'm craving one right now. I did this whole intro without my microphone on. Hold on one second. Also, guys, we'll be taking a look at the Lancer Tactical LTX. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I have it in frame. There we go. I'm not sure if by the time I get this video up, if it's already going to be released to the public, or if it's still going to be like an exclusive kind of sneak peek look at this thing. This is just for the Mayo gang right here, for you guys to just go ahead and take a look at it. I'm going to be shooting it a little bit and testing it out, just seeing how I like it. My first impressions of it so far, it's pretty damn nice. It's slightly heavier than your Elite Force Glocks, but I think that is because of the nice little RMR plate that's right there in the middle, and that's connected to the outer barrel. But I don't want to get too much into this right now. We got a lot of vlogging stuff that we got to get into, and we'll head back into this, LTX right here in a minute. But before we get into the main part of this vlog, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Your support contributes directly to channel growth, and I greatly appreciate it. And I want to take this moment to shout out you guys, all you guys that have watched my channel. I greatly appreciate you. I really do. We just hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and it's been a little bit of a journey, but I want to thank you guys for helping me out. You guys have helped carry this channel to this milestone, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I know YouTube doesn't really favor 2A and airsoft related content, but that's not going to stop me from producing these videos for you guys. I'm not here for money. I'm not here for any airsoft or YouTube clout. This is honestly a hobby for me. I have a full-time job, as you guys know, so my money is made at my job, and this is just a hobby, therapy, and outlet for me personally to get off my artistic airsoft side, and what better way to produce videos for you guys. So that's why I do YouTube, guys. It's honestly it's fun for me. And yeah, with all that being said, let's get to this vlog. Yeah, can I get a bacon cheeseburger combo?
Cheeseburger combo, what else?
Can you add bacon to it?
Anything else?
Can I get that with the Sprite? And that's it.
Thank you, driver, please.
Thank you.
Thank you, have a nice one.
Can I get one ranch, please? Can I get ranch, please?
Okay.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Astro Burger is the best. Seasoned fries, hole-in-the-wall burger spot. Stop playing with me. Perfection. Let me show you guys these fries. Let me show you the fries I'm working with. This is why, Jesus. Look at the bag. Don't focus on me. Look at this bag right here. This is the trough of fries they give you. Right? That's a butt ton of fries right there. And they're seasoned. They're perfect. Oh God. For size comparison, look at that. That's insane. Of course, the big ass ranch they give you. You know it's good when they give you all your condiments in these little cups right here. Stop focusing on, there he is. The lettuce on that. The bacon hanging out the front. The tongue hanging out. Come on. Oh, come on now. I'm gonna just go ahead and take this bite real quick. I'm gonna dig into this, guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead and get your bite. Alright, I'm gonna get mine. Man, you guys have not lost your touch.
かつての軍事政権の親玉だが
マレス大佐
公式に認めて援助を断るか明確な理由でもあれば世話になったそうだな廊下の
して天皇に八海弾を襲撃させるつもりだったんだろう
侵入者が防壁を破って我々にそう思わせたいことになるわそう悲しい
And if you guys didn't know, Ghost in the Shell is my most favorite anime of all time. I'm a big fan of Major. Anything Ghost in the Shell related, I'm down for. Love Ghost in the Shell. Fits my anime need to a T. I'm having a really good day right now. I have my favorite burger, my favorite anime, and I'm about to do one of my favorite things, and that is to build up this replica. So stay tuned for that, guys. Whew, sorry. Life is good right now, guys. Alright guys, now let's get into the LTX, and my first official impressions on this thing are Cyberpunk comes to mind. It's very futuristic. I like the metal slide with the polymer frame. The trigger is very nice. It has a very nice wall when it comes to shooting it. So that's something that you guys should know about. If you want to just take a little quick look right here. So see it right there. And then if I just for a quick note, it's slightly heavier than a stock Elite Force Glock. I went ahead and weighed it earlier against my Glock, and it's only like 0.7 ounces off the weight, so not much of a big difference, just a small thing to note. And I think most of the weight does come from the center of the sidearm right here, having to do with the RMR plate. It's pretty cool. They give you, they give you a lot of different options right here with this RMR plate for different red dots. So that's pretty cool from Lancer Tactical. Different design than what you're used to, but it does take a lot of TM internal parts. And the only con that I can kind of see so far with this thing would be holster compatibility. I don't have a holster right now that can fit it. I do think that if you were to get one of those, I think they have them on GI's website, it's a TAC-9 holster, that basically those ones that work with suppressors that you use for pistols. I think if you threw one of those on here, it would work, because it would basically lock it to the flashlight, and then it would leave all this exposed. Don't quote me on that, but from what I see, I think that's one of the few holsters that would work with this thing. I think it would do well in CQB environments with the static red dot, the static plate on top. I mean, when you shoot this thing, sorry for... I really do like the overall footprint of this thing. It looks pretty damn cool, and I might go ahead and pick one up for myself. This is, like I said, a production model. I think it might be going through one more iteration before it is released to the public. I know right now on the GI website they are taking pre-orders, so just for you to see that, and the price right there, and the lower left hand corner. So this is just for you guys, like a little Mayo Gang exclusive, just to bring to your eyes and your eyes only. I was fortunate to be able to have this before it was released to the public. Like I said in the disclaimers, if I did say disclaimers already, this is not mine to keep. This is just something that I was able to pick up from GI to do a little bit of a review on, basically just get my first impressions on this pre-production model. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of living room LARPing with this bad boy and see how she runs with the mags I have here. I did get one BB jammed up in the mag wall, but that was no fault of the LTX. That was my issue. It did run pretty good in full auto. It did run really well in semi-auto, which I think that's where this replica shines, is in semi-auto. It is very accurate. I noticed it from about 20 feet or so. It was pretty much on point with the shots. This isn't an overall review, just some rough notes of what I noticed, like a first impressions of the LTX. The trigger is very, very, very damn cool. Let me show you, if I can, the reset on it. And then if you can see it. Okay, and then watch else. It's not your typical Glock trigger. It's pretty snappy. It does get back on target very well. Of course, that's, you know, per person. If you have your you know, AIRSOFT recoil management on point. The plate right here is a little bit loose after shooting it a lot. I've shot around 200 to 300 rounds through it today, and the plate is a little bit loose. Like I said, this isn't a finished version. This is a like Mayo Gang exclusive first look at the LTX. There are going to be a few changes done to it. Like I said, this is just a pre-production model. So this is not the end of the road for the LTX. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like or what changes they're going to make to it when it is fully ready for production. But right now, I do think they are taking pre-orders for this thing. So pretty damn cool, Lancer. I like it. There are a few things that, of course, I would change, but that's just me. The full auto, just so you guys know, when you do use this in full auto, you do have to put it back, and that's where you know, can switch it to full auto and back to semi. Do not do this when it is all the way basically in battery or all the way forward like that, because you will cause damage to the internals, so beware of that. There's also this little finger shelf right here. It's a little weird. I'm not sure exactly why that's there or what it's there for. It looks like it has to do something with the internals, but it kind of gets in the way sometime of me hitting the slide release. But you know, when it comes down to it, I can always slide release. It doesn't really get in the way that much. Just something I kind of noticed. Yeah, it's not really an issue. I can get to it pretty quickly with either finger, but I do have to break my grip a little bit to get to it, just slightly, and I think it's because of these weird little finger shelves right here. Like I said, this is a full auto sidearm, so I'm pretty sure these have to do with some kind of eternal, some kind of stability, but overall, you know, function, control wise, you can basically get to all the controls pretty easy on this thing, and you shouldn't have an issue with it, in my opinion. But this is my first impression, so we'll see what Lancer plan to do when they fully release the finished version of this LTX. let's get some more shots with this and close out the video, guys. I just wanted to let you guys know a few notes about this pre-production model of the LTX. These things may change, so don't hold me to all of these things. It's just my initial thoughts and first impressions on the LTX. One thing I would like them to do is to flare out the mag well a little bit more. That's just a personal thing. I do like flared mag wells, and a lot of replicas are fighting for that #1 spot right now. And with that in mind, if you are making a Glock variant and you have the ability to change a few things, I would recommend putting a more flared mag well, or giving them an option out of the box to maybe include some flared mag wells maybe inside the box. I would probably pay a little bit more if there was a flared mag well included in the box. And that kind of leads me into my next point about this replica, is that this thing is kind of like its own version of a Glock. And with that being said, the armor plate is right in the middle. It is actually fixed to the outer barrel, and that kind of like leads it to have a little bit of like proprietariness to it, because then you start to think about holster compatibility and, you know, what kind of holster you're going to run with this replica, how it's going to fit with holsters that you have currently that you're running. My advice to you guys is to try to get a holster that connects directly onto the torch right here. Those holsters that you kind of see snipers running a lot, I think that holster would work well with this replica. Again, pointing back at the armor plate, you want to probably have a lot of this exposed inside of a holster, leaving, you know, kind of like this out. So I would think if you had a holster that would just hold onto it kind of like that, then you wouldn't have any kind of issues with compatibility there. So I wish I could hold on to this model a little bit longer, because I would like to see it in that kind of holster. I don't think you would have any issues working on that kind of mounting system, but like I said, it's a pre-production model, so I'm not sure exactly how it's going to look in the end. But yeah, moving forward, I did notice that you can adjust your hop up right here, which I think that's pretty cool. You don't have to take down this replica to adjust your hop up. And leading on to taking down this replica, there isn't your regular takedown area right here as you would see in a normal Glock. I think you would have to like knock out these pins to take this replica apart. These two pins right here. Like I said, I don't know too much about this thing. I do know that my normal Glocks, you would just have to take down two pins right here, slide it forward a little bit, and then it would come apart. But this is a little bit different. So maybe in the production model that releases, they will let us know how to take it apart to, you know, swap out the parts for maybe an upgraded inner barrel. I don't know what the inside of this thing looks like, so I'm not sure how compatible it is. I do know it does function kind of like an AAP01, and it also does have some TM style Glock internals on this thing. That's pretty much as I know about it. I don't even know the specs on the inner barrel, but it did run overall really well for me. I did enjoy it a lot on the semi-auto. Full auto wasn't really my cup of tea. I think there's some things that need to be dialed in a little bit more there. Overall, it did run very well for me today. I'm gonna have to probably drop this off tomorrow back at AIRSOFT GI. But yeah, I really did enjoy this replica, and there are only a few cons that I have about it, mostly pros, and I can't wait for the finished production version of this thing, because I think it's gonna make a lot of players happy. It gives us another Glock variant, which is always welcome to me, and I'm all for it. If it comes out in different colors, that would be nice. If they would add some more of a textured stippling, or like, you know, some more of a grippy kind of textured pistol grip, that would be awesome. I do like this extended tail right here. It you know, makes it a little bit more comfortable when you're aiming down sight, and the overall like form, fit, and like comfort of the replica is nice. I do like that they have like a weird finger shelf right here. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but that's where my my finger usually sits when I'm not actually having it on the trigger right there. Another thing I did notice on this thing is that the inner barrel is a little bit longer than you would see on your typical TM or Elite Force Glocks right there. It's about, I'd say, 1/4 to 1/2 inch longer because of that extended outer barrel right there. And if you can see, I'm not sure if it'll show you, but just trust me, the inner barrel goes all the way to the end right there. Yeah, maybe you can see right there, but the inner barrel goes all the way to the end of that outer barrel, which extends past the actual slide, which is about, like I said, 1/2 inch longer than a normal TM or Elite Force Glock 17. And yeah, that just, you know, adds to the accuracy and overall performance of this LTX. And if you guys wanted to know what tracer BBs I was running, they are these Bushido 2.5 bio tracers. I don't really have too much information about this brand. The tracers lit up, they worked, and that's pretty much all I know. I haven't run these indoors, but if I do, and when I do, I'll let you know how they perform. So far for the testing, they work great, so far so good there. Alright, Airsoft fam, that's going to go ahead and wrap up this episode of Behind the Build. Leave a comment below if you plan on picking up yourself a Lancer Tactical LTX competition. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support contributes directly to channel growth, and I greatly appreciate it. Always remember to aim down sights, and until next time, take care. My first opinions on this pistol, shit. So far, god damn.